Welcome to another episode of the Connecting Through Technology podcast powered by Intellacall. I'm your host, Jonathan Kaur, and today I have the privilege of speaking to Kristina Nekrasova, who is the owner of Honor Realty. Welcome to the show, Kristina.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
Awesome. Well, let's get this kicked off, and let's start this off by having you, tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do currently at Honor Realty.
Okay. A little bit about myself. I've been in real estate for 4 years now. It's been an exciting 4 years, never bored, never a slow moment. I started the Honor Homes team company last year. It's a company under the umbrella of Keller Williams Realty, and I do real estate. Love it. Every single moment of it, the craziness, the never something dull, always something new to learn. Yeah, I enjoy every moment.
So to segue into that first piece, obviously you mentioned, you've been in real estate for 4 years now. Why did you decide to go down the route of, real estate and obviously eventually which blossom into Honor Realty?
Yeah, so the reason why I decided to go into real estate was I am just someone with like a business mind, and I always thought this is a good first step because for me, working 9 to 5, I would never be fulfilled in that kind of a thing because all the effort you put in, you can work as hard as you want, but that effort is going into somebody else's pocket or for somebody else's benefit. With real estate, everything that you put in, you're going to get out of it, right? At the end of the day. So there's no limit. That's what initially drew me into it. But what actually has kept me in it is uh, I've learned is one, I love the aspect of being able to serve people and just the smiles and being able to walk through them from one moment to the next is really, really fulfilling because I get to do it in a way that really honors people, hence honor, in the word Honor Realty, Honor Homes team. And the other thing is being able to connect and build relationships with so many different people. I never thought that I would enjoy it this much, but that is my favorite part of doing this, actually.
Yeah, and especially within, real estate specifically, you're obviously having to connect with individuals or families, different, I'm sure different backgrounds, ethnicities, age groups, and so many different things like that. And so, obviously, right now we're in the middle of a pandemic with no necessarily end in sight. Let's hope it's soon, sooner than later. However, I wanted to ask you, how is your business doing, or how has it been doing during the pandemic, and how has the pandemic changed the way you operate your business?
It has changed a lot, let's be honest there. In the beginning of the pandemic, I thought, oh, this is going to last a few weeks. I'm going to chill. So basically, I just relaxed for a week or two. And then I realized I'm going out of my mind. This is very boring. I cannot handle this. So actually, I learned a lot of the people that slowed down and allowed everything to keep them in a place of fear or laziness, they're not doing much with their business, but a lot of the agents that actually have continued to work through this pandemic are doing more business than ever, even 3 times the business that they were doing before. So with that aspect, yeah, it's changed a lot, but in reality, I think it's taught us all to be more efficient with our time because instead of spending time driving or doing things in person, we're able to do things more efficiently online and things like that. So it's definitely changed a lot, but it's been very beneficial, I think, for the buyers, sellers, and the agents, everyone involved.
Yeah, and so obviously you're saying like there's a lot of well, actually I don't know the percentage, but there's a group of real estate agents who didn't capitalize or who didn't over-index on taking advantage of this time, and other people who did, and obviously you're seeing the benefits of that. However, obviously I'm sure there's a lot of uncertainty for buyers and sellers, both of them, and so I'm curious, pre-pandemic, what types of customers did you ideally work with? And like, as far as setting expectations, being on the same page and really saying, hey, I want to take this on in order to find your dream home or sell sell your home for you as well. And then what is it like now, or if it's changed at all?
I would say it's become a lot easier for everyone involved after the pandemic. Um, to find people who are actually very serious. You see, there's people who talk about buying and selling real estate and they're dreamers, right? And you can be having this conversation with them for 5 years. And then there's people who are like, I need to move now. and they're motivated. And so you're having conversations with them. And pre-pandemic, you're spending time with both types of people. Some people might be searching for a house for 3 years, right? They're not motivated to do that in reality, but you're trying to filter out who's really serious, who you need to focus on now, who's more of someone that you're a long process, in the process of nurturing, I guess, in a sense. But now in the pandemic, people are thinking, I'm not going to risk going to all of these houses and open houses now that we are allowed to have those. No, they're not going to do that unless they're serious. So it actually took out every single buyer and seller that wasn't motivated, because there's people who will throw their house on the market just to see if it sells. And that can many times be a waste of time for everyone involved, and money, and patience. And, but this has taken a lot of that out. I'd say 95% of the people that were not serious, they're not even contacting you because they're not motivated enough to move for any reason. So that has been actually, I think, a benefit in all of it, if that makes sense. So the types of people, I would say, is just now it's motivated people that are going.
Yeah, for sure. That makes total sense. And so, as far as when it comes to building your business, a big aspect of it is sales, is obviously lead generation. And so I want to ask, what did that process look like for you initially, having started Honor Realty, and then what has it evolved to now? There's so many means to promote properties and obviously get buyers and sellers, to call you or obviously inquire about, a specific property you have that you're selling or listing. What does that process look like back then, and what does it look now as far as, getting business?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So I actually want to say something to people who are new in the business or any business. If you're starting a business, a lot of people will say, contact everyone you know and let them know this is what you're doing. And I made one social media post or maybe two, and then I stopped contacting people that I knew because I felt uncomfortable. But this is a time, if you're going to jump into something, you need to tell people, and don't be afraid. It's not like you're trying to get something. You're just letting people know. Right. But when I first started, I didn't do that because I was a little too shy about it. But I actually door knocked. I hosted open houses. I was calling people whose house didn't sell the first time or the second time, and I was doing what you call the grunt work. And now we don't really have the opportunity because you can't go door knock. People are going to be afraid to open their doors sometimes, And so that was the beginning. Now with this pandemic, you kind of have to change the way you do things. I do a lot of social media posts now. I will post every time a house sells, goes under contract, when I'm seeing something different in a house. This week I posted, I saw a hidden room. You move the shelf and there's a hidden room. That's crazy. I've never seen that before, in a house in person. I've seen it in movies, but so different things like that. And what else do I do? I also do the online home buyer classes, online getting your house ready to hit the market classes. All of those things are going to broadcast, hey, this is what I'm doing. Hey, this is how Honor Homes is going to benefit you. This is how you can succeed, right? But it also draws people back to Kristina understands what she is talking about. Kristina is someone I can trust. Kristina is someone who's going to sell my house for the most money and help me buy for the least amount of money at the end of the day. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for
Always
sure.
top of mind. People always say top of mind, right?
We hope you're enjoying today's episode. Here's a quick shout out to today's sponsor. Intellacall is a video software that connects your customers with anyone in your organization with just one click from your website. But in a world filled with video software, why should you consider Intellacall? I'll tell you why using one word: simplicity. Intellacall allows you to connect via video without downloading any software, sending any meeting IDs, or passwords. On top of that, Intellacall integrates directly onto your website, so if any customers or prospects want to get in contact with you directly, they can do just that. For more information on Intellacall or to schedule a demo, please visit us at www.intellacall.com. And now, back to today's episode. With this podcast in particular, we're talking about connecting through technology. And obviously we have so many means. You listed off a good amount, video conferencing or video chat, or even like social media posts, or so many that it could be email, so many different countless ways to connect through technology. Are there some other ways that you're growing your business, maybe not from only a lead generation side, but just from a technological standpoint, that is allowing for you to connect with customers outside of the ones I just listed?
I do a lot of meetings with buyers, especially over Zoom now. That way, they don't have to leave their house. We don't have to meet anywhere. We don't have to go through the process of walking through somewhere with a mask. Do we have too many people? Things like that. We just connect over Zoom. So that's one thing that I do. I also try to do really well with communicating with the people that have done business with me before that I really enjoyed working with, or that have referred me business that I really enjoy just connecting with, being friends with, or being business referral partners with, things like that. You can send them value, things that they don't know that's going on in the market. Whatever you're doing, right? Like, you're a marketing specialist. People are interested by what you do, but they're not a specialist in it. So whatever you broadcast to them, it adds value to their life for whatever reason it excites them. Same thing with real estate. I know things people would never possibly know about real estate unless they're in the business. And so as I'm broadcasting those things to my sphere, to people in my referral group, whatever it is, they're getting that value at the end of the day. And that's ways to connect. It's always about connecting at the end of the day. I think that's most important.
Yeah, for sure. And with an industry like real estate, I would say specifically residential real estate, it's very face to face. It's very, like, you have to see it. You have to, obviously you'd mentioned open houses, different things that you've done prior. However, I wanted to ask you, have you tried a virtual like house tour? Have you tried those sort of ideas, within your business, or are you doing that and then also meshing maybe actual, like, walking the house with somebody, obviously with masks and social distancing, but what does that process look like for you from a face-to-face interaction with customers?
Oh, goodness. So I have tried online open houses, and you have people register beforehand. They did not work well for me. I didn't think the process was beneficial to anyone. I didn't think kicking the sellers out for a few hours for me to stay online to walk through that open house was beneficial at all. What I find beneficial is having a professional do a walkthrough with the camera and having that promoted at a specific time, or like a lifestyle video. I think those are both great. They show the layout of the house well. They kind of bring some emotion to it, possibly, especially with the lifestyle aspect. The online open houses, I did not find beneficial at all. And other people might have had great success, but for me, it was a waste of time for everybody. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that makes sense. So, kind of segueing into that piece, you talking about you recording, like whether it's like a lifestyle sort of video or even just like a walkthrough, demonstration, or just like walking through the whole house. What other types of content have been beneficial for you in your business to create? One of the things I've seen in the past was you create, different videos on tips and stuff like that. What types of stuff have you done, and have they worked or haven't they worked?
Yeah, so I will say what's beneficial for me. I've done luxury home tours. Those have been really beneficial for my business. I have actually gotten luxury home buyer clients, seller clients from those types of videos. And at that point, I didn't even have experience with that sphere of business, actually. I just asked someone if I could promote their listing. They said yes. I ended up making the video, and boom, people were, oh, Christina's a luxury agent, and that was a blessing. I did a tip of the month video at some point, and I tried it for about 6 months, and I would just come up every month with a different type of thing that I thought would be beneficial that buyers and sellers don't typically think about with real estate. And I didn't find it beneficial. I feel like it actually made me seem less professional at the end of the day. But again, someone might take that and they might make it to where people love it. Some agents could be, actually, I know there's an Instagram account called The Broke Agent, and he has a huge following and people love him and they love working with him. And he does all his content about being hilarious. It's memes. It's a real estate meme page, and he gets clients that way, right? But that's his way of working that. And I think they do a video a month, and it's hilarious. But again, that's not something I found beneficial for me. I do a market update where I write a blog about what's going on quarterly real estate wise. I break down the numbers, very factual, has a little bit of my opinion in there, what I think is going on, what I think might happen. But, and some people actually really look forward to it. People who love numbers, people who love statistics, people who love predictions. And they look forward to that market update. They call me and ask me about it. And that has actually shown them that I know information that they find valuable. Again, not everyone's going to find that information valuable, but there's people who love the details. Whereas there's other people who like funny content, other people who like luxury content. So it's kind of all about the way you want to brand yourself at the end of the day. What else have I done? I've actually done blogs for business reviews at some point as well, which I actually really liked. I just forget to do, but going out and just reviewing restaurants, because I think that would be cool, whatever area. So if you're a Seattle agent, all the restaurants you don't see on Yelp or whatever, wherever you can find it, Google, just reviewing those restaurants, hole in the wall places that people would love. That's beneficial. That's kind of fun. That gives them a reason to go to your website, look at the section. I had actually an agent I know did a cookie recipe for open houses. She's had more traffic on that blog than any other blog on her website. Cookie
Yeah.
recipe.
Yeah.
So I would say with that, try everything that sounds fun to you, but stick to it for a little bit and experiment to see if it works or not. Because if it works, then that's phenomenal. If it doesn't, then move on to the next thing. And even if it doesn't work, you're gaining clients. For example, the restaurant reviews that I would do, there's one coffee shop in particular I reviewed, and I have built a relationship with the business owner just because of that review. I told them I was reviewing, and we're friends. And when I go there, they know my name, they know I do real estate, and we talk and we just catch up. So, yeah, it never hurts to try.
What are some final concluding remarks you have as far as like, doing and growing and building your business, especially during these times?
Okay, so I said this before, and I really want it to just rain. If you're just hopping into something, real estate, lender, whatever it is, it's recommended that you reach out to everybody that you know and let them know that you're starting this thing. Do not be shy about it. Be excited about it and just let people know. You don't have to expect anything out of it, but at least take the opportunity and the time to let people know this is what you're doing. You are studying it. You are now the expert in it, and be excited about it, because I think I missed a lot of opportunities by being too scared to have those conversations. Right now is the most important time to sow into the people that you know with whatever business you're involved in, because if this pandemic, for example, did last and the opportunities to do things in person is limited, your exposure is limited. So the people that you know, the people that love you the most, that would trust you the most, you got to trust that they're going to be able to refer you the business because they love you, they care about you, and they know that you're going to be the expert in what you're doing. So don't be scared, just do it and have fun with it while you're doing it.
Yeah, that's great advice. And to kind of add a little bit of a cliche quote that I've heard, it's like your network is your net worth. So just try and, if anything, just have conversation with those around you to be able to, at least be top of mind whenever they talk about this specific industry or segment that you're serving specifically within your business. So if anybody's interested in connecting with you, Kristina, about, obviously our conversation today, or more specifics about your business, what are some of the best platforms or places to find you?
They can just head over to my website, honorhomesteam.com. So honorhomesteam.com. My phone number's there, email's there. There's also a contact form if that's what you're most comfortable filling out. And yeah, that way we can touch base and talk.
Awesome. Well, cool. Thank you very much, Kristina, for hopping on the Connecting Through Technology podcast. I really appreciate you obviously sharing more about your business, how you're growing during this pandemic, and also too just some tips and strategies that people can implement right away in their business.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It's been fun.